take my mind.
Welcome to another episode, Change Tomorrow Today. It's always a treat when the players and the players meet.
Church.
I'm one of your hosts, AJ.
Man, y'all know I'm Ralph, and we have the beautiful Miss Vic with us.
In the building.
Yes, we are all in the building. So we got another dope episode. This one, I love this one, man, because it's about our community, about our people. And the title is, Are We Our Worst Enemy?
Right.
This is going to be a deep one.
Yeah, I love it, bro.
The answer I have is yes.
It's going to be a very deep conversation in regards to the plight of the Negro.
Yes, I agree, bro. I agree.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
1,000%, bro.
We are our worst enemy.
And I love the topic, man. And I'm glad, bro, we having this discussion today.
Take it off.
Yeah, of course, bro. Let me take off, man. I agree with you 100%, man. We are our worst enemies, man. We don't love each other. We don't respect each other. And
we put each other down.
We put each other down. And whenever I see another brother, another brother be quick to kill another brother, that means you don't love that man. You know what I'm saying? Because how can you look at someone that looks just like you and you quick to just X this person out, but when the other races do something to you, to one of your kind, you don't do nothing about it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's one of the things that you know what I'm saying, that just it kills my spirit, man.
I do understand.
What you think, Ralph?
I'm gonna let you go, ladies.
I definitely think we're our biggest enemies. We are enemies to ourselves, to our community. It's sad. It's sad. I think we are the only race that really attacks one another, and it's almost as if we were able to bond and like blend together, because we make up the mass majority. So it's like if we could actually come together, the things that we could do just as a culture is phenomenal.
Correct.
But we can't see past it. We can't see past ourselves.
And that's a great point. You know, we don't break bread with each other.
Nope.
You know, and we don't produce anything, man. We consume. And think about this, bro. We have Liberty City. We have Little Haiti. We have Miami Gardens. We have Overtown. We don't have no black banks in any of these communities. We don't have no black supermarkets in these communities. We don't have anything that produce anything of valuable in those communities. And you know what I'm saying?
I want to say with almost certainty that if we did, we wouldn't support.
We wouldn't. But
because it's always a judgment zone. We're always judging each other. Oh, she thinks she doing something. Oh, she trying to do that. And then you don't support that one, but you'll go, right across the street to the Spanish, and give them all your money because you just don't want to support your own. And it happens all the time. I see a lot of my friends, people in my age group, they have like fashion brands and things like that. And you'll see people not supporting, like, I'm not going to buy that. But you'll go and buy whatever from Target. It's like, why you won't give the same support? Why we don't support each other in anything that we do?
Right.
Why we don't support each other? Why we would rather go and spend money at a fast food chain restaurant that we know is not owned by one of us,
right,
as opposed to maybe purchasing plates from someone that you know personally that cooks. Right. You know what I mean? It's just things like that. It's like we just don't support each other.
Right.
We rather see us fail.
I remember back in the 80s, bro, and I don't know if you remember. Do you guys remember Yahweh Ben Yahweh? He was like an example. Yahweh Ben Yahweh, I remember back in the 80s, early 90s, this man was building up the communities, was getting, just taking people off the streets that was strung out on drugs and stuff like that, cleaning them up, fixing them up. And man, the man opened up hotels, supermarkets, beauty shops and stuff, right? And they used one of his own peoples to bring him down because they were fearful of
he was going to get too big.
Correct. He did get big. I believe in 7 years, Yahweh Ben Yahweh made like over $300 million.
Oh, that was too much money for him. Oh yeah, that was too much.
Right. I'm telling you, he was taking over slowly. And I felt like, damn, he gave black folks the blueprint on how to do things, how to come together. And I haven't seen an individual yet here in Miami to do such thing that Yahweh Ben Yahweh did.
That's crazy.
Is this something you want to touch on, bro?
Oh, no, I'm enjoying the conversation, man. Yeah, I'm enjoying the conversation.
It's sad.
Like for me, the thing that bothers me the most is like, I can never understand how even when these dudes get in like high positions, you know what I'm saying? You've been blessed to make it to a certain level, right?
Right.
And yet, some way, somehow, you still manage to be beefing with the next person that's at the same level as you.
Yep.
And it's always black on black.
Yep.
And there's always this excuse that says, well, there's white on white crimes, there's this and that crime, there's that and that crime. People use that as an excuse. You know what I'm
But it's
saying?
not.
A lot of times.
Right.
Oh, there is, but I'm just saying though, but ours is at an alarming rate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Of
Like,
course.
you know, back in the day when we was, you know, younger though, like we used to have fun. It used to be like, it wasn't a lot
Can't
of
do
killings.
that
It was
now.
more like fights. You know what I'm saying?
fights, right.
I ain't like a person. You
We gonna
fight.
Yeah.
You fight.
Now
and
they
that's it.
killing.
Now they just want to take your life. You know what I'm saying? And
For
it
nothing.
boggles my mind. I'm like, do you hate yourself so much that you can't love the next
The
person?
next person.
So that
Not
means when
even
you look
that
in the
you would
when you
throw
look
your
in the
life
mirror,
away.
when you look in the mirror, you must really hate yourself to think so little of another man's life.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like the only reason I would do anything to harm anybody is to protect my loved ones.
Exactly.
If you're trying to harm them, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
But not just because.
not just because I'm
My pride got
jealous
hurt.
of you or because I felt disrespected or to me that's really childish. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
That's really childish. And another thing that really bothers me too, man, is the way that every other race have so much more control over ours. Like music, for example. A lot of these artists, man, they just pop out of nowhere. And I say to myself, and you listen to them, you're
Where
like,
they
well,
came from.
let me see if I can find a talent. You listen to the music, you're like, you can't even rap on beat. You ain't got no content.
Nothing.
Right? You're not saying nothing of importance. You're saying the same thing in every track. But yet, somehow you became a star.
Right.
And I'm not one to hate on anybody
Overnight
getting money.
sensation.
I love to see, black people get money because it's a beautiful thing when you see black people
Right.
get money. But who put you right here?
Yeah, it's that machine.
But even worse, forget the machine, but we keep it going.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like we help it grow even more.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
we say to ourselves, our kids are out of hand, or our kids are being so ignorant and this and that. But it's our fault
Yeah.
because we're supporting garbage.
Garbage. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The enemy is supposed to feed you garbage.
Correct.
Doesn't mean you have to eat the
It's
garbage.
Garbage,
okay.
correct.
Hello.
Correct.
That's their job.
Yeah, yeah.
To keep you down.
Hello.
You see what I'm saying? But if they feeding you and you're eating it, it's our fault.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Because it's funny you said that because the other groups, they'll listen to our music, but guess what? They don't take it as face value.
Nope.
You
They
get what I'm
not here
saying? They
doing
just
that.
they just jam into it. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
But
some of them don't even listen to it like that.
Right.
They just listen to it to make money from it.
right. But I'm
That's
just saying,
what
they don't. But they don't
Yeah.
take it as face value like how we take it as face value.
We are
You know
our
what I'm saying?
own worst enemies. We really are.
Like,
and the minute we learn how to come together, I feel like we'll be so strong as a whole, as a unit, that I don't feel like the other races will be able to even compete with us.
Correct. You know what I'm saying? Imagine this. Imagine if our peoples, if we all came together collectively, we would bankrupt this country.
Yep.
We can bankrupt this
I
country.
mean, we
if-
honestly, as a community, we can bankrupt any entity.
Correct.
To be honest, because we are the mass consumers.
Correct.
So if we really, like I said, that's why it always baffles me when something comes out with one of these major brands and they're being racist and everybody gives this fake outrage. Oh my God, no, I could never.
Right.
And then a few months later, they done purchase from them again. It's like, we don't know how to ban stuff. I don't know if anybody has paid attention, but these other races, when they ready to ban something or someone,
they do
it is not a question.
Well, they're
it
not-
ain't no doubt. And that person is the cancellation happens so fast. It's less than 30 days.
When they're canceling or banning anything, it's us.
Yeah.
It's not nothing else. So that's easy for them. Like I said, again, their mind
They
state
do it like this.
Their mind state is, that's my enemy.
Yep.
Yes.
We're the only ones that's walking around kissing butt.
Yep.
Like, my friend,
No.
you're my friend.
But
They're
they
looking at you
stick
like, yeah, you're my
together.
friend as long as I can make money off of you.
Yeah.
Like,
Correct.
look at Kanye's example. Remember we were talking yesterday,
Last
right?
night, right.
What I said, in order for them to lynch anybody in today's time, they first have to get approval from us.
First.
First thing they did with Kanye, he's anti-Semitic. They start pushing that narrative.
And that's
When you
it. That's
go
all
on-
it took.
When you go underneath these posts, you see none but majority of black people.
Yeah, talking
bashing
bad,
them, right?
Bashing
Yep.
Kanye.
So now, to these people, to them, it's like, you just give them the green light
Yes.
because no one supports him.
Yep.
Exactly.
So there's not going to
No,
be any
his
pushback.
community is not even supporting.
There's no
him. We got
pushback.
you.
So
Yes.
we can do whatever. We can lynch
Yeah.
him.
Right.
And that's what always happens.
we do it all the time.
Look at Q with
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
what's the name of his league?
300,
Big Three.
right?
The
Big
Big
Three?
Three.
The Big Three.
Yeah.
Same thing.
How can the NBA blackball him, right?
Without our help.
his games are during the off season.
Off season,
Majority of players are playing pickup games anyway.
Right.
So why are you guys not participating?
Yeah,
in Big
supporting.
Three?
Yeah,
Even though the
Cubes
NBA is
League.
trying to blackball them,
If
the
enough
NBA is
players
what,
joined on board,
89%, 88% black.
Yeah, blacks. Right.
So
all
how,
it took is enough players to join on board, and they wouldn't have a choice. They wouldn't have an option.
how can you
Right.
allow that to take place
Yeah.
if you're black and this is a
Right.
black man?
Right.
And Cube, he's a good black dude, bro.
Right.
Like he's really for the
Right.
black
You know what it is? They're
community.
just so afraid because I
Afraid.
believe they're afraid that Big Three League is going to blow up into be something bigger. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, the Big Three could become bigger than the NBA.
But bro, all
They don't want it to.
all-
They don't
but
want
bro,
it to.
all he's
Correct.
doing is taking the guys that didn't make it to the NBA,
Correct.
or the guys that retired.
Retired,
Feel like they
right,
can still
right,
play.
right.
I don't see how that's a threat to you. If
Right.
anything, it's just
feel like
gonna,
all
it's
of
gonna
us
make
should be
basketball
supportive.
even more interesting throughout the whole year.
Yeah.
So what's the
All of
problem?
us should support. Period. It doesn't matter, like, because he's not doing nothing negative. He's doing something positive. It helps the community. It helps so many of us if you really think about it for real. Because think about the single mothers who do raise these children. You know, maybe have the expectation that you're going to go to the NFL, you're going to go to the NBA, and they don't make it.
Right.
This is giving them a second opportunity. So for us as a community, we should be supporting this regardless.
Right. Right.
Just because it can really help out people. So why not? It help our people. Why not? If we're going to support everything else, I mean, we support every time it's a new Target open, every time it's a new, if we can support all of that, I mean, I'm a Starbucks girl, you know, I
Right.
support. So if we can support all of that, we can support our own.
The worst thing that ever happened was ending segregation.
Yes.
We should have stayed to ourselves.
I always believed in segregation.
I think that's
But
the
they
worst
wasn't,
thing.
they were going, you know, they were going in
Yeah.
there.
I was always with Malcolm X.
Like I said, I
They
think
was gonna end that.
The worst thing that black people have ever done, man, was end
The black woman is
segregation
too,
and fight to be accepted into something
Yeah,
that nobody
right.
wants you in.
Yeah.
Because to this day, even though you're in it, you still don't want you involved.
Oh,
Yeah.
You
correct.
see what I'm saying? Like the
Modern
minute
day
you hit a
slavery.
certain plateau, you gotta
They
come,
shut
you
it
gotta
off.
tumble back. You gotta come,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Tumble back down.
Right.
No.
yep.
Too high. You gotta
Yeah.
come back down. You know what I'm saying?
And they do something to try to destroy you or
destroy
something to
you.
try to knock you
Yeah.
down.
But
And we feed right on into it.
But I don't blame them because, like I said again, I understand
'Cause-
war and I
right.
understand that's how it's supposed to
That's
be.
how it's
Right.
always been.
But at the same token, it's like, how are we fighting back?
Yeah.
Because we're really not fighting back. Because the thing I hated when you talk with black people, it's always a complaining, man. Like, the white man is doing this and keeping me back.
Yeah.
from-
But-
And it's
yeah.
really
doing this and
not.
doing-
Right.
Man, nah, man, we're holding
Yep.
each other
To the
back.
back.
So-
from doing
Right.
I want to
things.
add to that. I think the biggest thing I hate is when people say, I'm not working for the white man. It just frustrates me. It really does. Because entrepreneurial lifestyle is not for everybody,
Correct.
right? It's not.
I say that all the
And
time.
so if you don't have that, you got to work. Because working actually puts you at a competitive level. If you decide not to work at all, you can't even compete.
Yeah. You don't.
That's like being in a game and saying, man, fuck it, I ain't finna work for the. So I'm
know
gonna
what
sit
it
on the
is?
bench.
You know what
You're
it
not
is?
playing. You don't get no play time.
You know what it is, Vic? I'm gonna tell you something. I like that you said that. I'm gonna tell you why. Our peoples, we don't like to work hard. We want the
Lazy.
easy. We
You're lazy.
Right. We want the easy way out. You know what I'm saying?
Quick
Everything
scheme.
with us is fast,
Quick
fast,
scheme.
fast,
So it's
fast.
a scheme.
Remember what we was talking about, Rob?
So it's a scheme.
We gotta put in work.
Always.
We gotta put in work.
And my thing,
All
the
right.
way I look at it is, I may work for the white man, but you know how much pride I take when I could sit right next to a white man and have the same amount of knowledge that he has, that I could discuss the same topic you can discuss at the same level, if not higher.
No disrespect. They don't do nothing for me.
It do everything.
They don't
for
do
me.
nothing for me because I don't even listen. I don't use them as a ruler for me to rule.
No.
For me to
It's
to
not.
gauge.
But you know, when you look in a
I
room
don't
of
think-
all these people, it's the pride you can have in showing. You know, we can do that. We're not excluded from this group of people. We're not lower level than these people where they feel like they so high and mighty above me.
No
You're
lie,
not.
no lie. That does nothing for me. I find it more appealing to me when I find another brother or sister I can have an intellectual conversation with.
Right.
That I feel more hype about because that's rare.
That's
Yeah.
rare.
But as
to
far as
find
like
out.
them showing them I'm better or just as good, I don't really care.
Because you
about
don't
that.
you feel like you don't have to prove yourself.
Yeah.
Gotta
Why
prove
do I
nothing to
gotta prove
them?
myself?
Them jokers,
to you?
But
man.
it's-
I
so
run
for
circles
me-
around them. I don't gotta worry about them.
For me, it's not proving anything to them. It's more so myself. Because you hear so much. Growing up, I heard so much of the, I'm not going to work for the white man. You know what I mean? And then when you prior to women really getting into the business world, you know, we weren't able to get high profile jobs. We weren't able to make the same amount of money as these individuals. We weren't able to even sit in the same rooms as them. We were maybe their secretaries.
Yeah, but it's not because you were less than, because they kept you that way.
Exactly. So the pride I take in just sitting at a table where it may be completely white people, I'm the only black person. I take so much pride in that because it took a long time for us to get
that. Wouldn't do nothing for me.
It took a long time for us to get there.
Just because you sitting at that table, ain't nothing changed.
Right. Oh no, that would be a big mistake to think that.
That don't do nothing for me. When I can sit at a table, it's all of us.
All of us.
Yeah.
That's when I'll be like,
but this is where,
I don't care about them people.
But that's where the conversation comes into play. We are our own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Because when you're sitting around here saying, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to work for, you're never going to sit at that table. I could never sit at a table full of us because your mentality is so screwed that you're not even understanding what we could do as a whole. You understand what I'm saying? Me as a black woman in the business realm or whatever, I get assistants all the time. Whenever I have my assistants, I make sure I train them up so good. And most of them are black women. And they're making less money. I make sure I train them up so good so you could be at the same level as me. I want a table full of us, but I can't do it by myself. I can't bring y'all to, you got to want it. Right. And that's why we're our own worst enemy, because something's been planted in our brain that we don't deserve those positions. We don't deserve those jobs. We're only good enough to be a secretary or an assistant. Hell no. Right. You can sit at this table with me too. Come on. Use your knowledge. Use your brain. Stop thinking the negative. I'm not going to work for the white man. So who the hell are you going to work for? How can we get him out the way if you're never going to work for what are you working for?
Right.
Where are you working? What you working towards? Because scamming and scheming that's not bringing us up. We gotta collectively come together and bring each other up.
To be honest with you, and I don't support anybody doing anything illegal. Or
no, me neither.
I really don't. But you just said something about if you're gonna do something that's bad, and you're gonna reap the benefits of it, and it's gonna be in bulk. I suggest you have a plan. The reason what I'm saying is, these same people you're talking about that's sitting at the table, they didn't start off being
angels and
they was out there doing stuff, you know what I'm saying, illegal stuff to build what they've got today. Slavery was illegal.
They still do it.
They did it. You know what I'm saying? Alcohol at one point was legal.
But they just found a way to legitimate.
So what I'm saying is, I'm not telling nobody to do nothing wrong, but I'm saying as black people,
use your brain.
At least if you feel like this is my get ahead, don't do things and then take the money and squander it away on stupidity.
Makes sense.
I'm saying, what's the plan? What's the long-term plan? You see what I'm saying?
Of course.
Because that's the only way we can get it. And a lot of times too, man, we don't even know how to have a conversation with one another, right? Like a lot of brothers, man, I remember when we was younger, bro, we used to patch up to get some weed.
Oh, they don't do that no more.
No, I'm giving you an example.
We used to patch up
bottles in clubs. To get bottles in the club. We used to patch up to get gas to get to the club. At times, you know what I'm saying? But it's like now as we get older, why don't we patch up to buy property?
Correct.
Why don't we patch up to start a business? Why don't we patch up to get into the stock market
mentality?
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? Like, why are we only, patching up to do the wrong things?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like doing the positive things.
It boggles my mind, bro. It's like there's no togetherness.
Right.
Usually, people in our community, right? When you see somebody from years later, that done did good, the conversation is never automatically on a positive. Oh, you see so-and-so trying to do, words like that are being used instead of being like, hey, I'm so proud of so-and-so for really making it. Oh, I see he trying to do his little whatever that is. It's like you don't even give the acknowledgement to this is hard work. This was not easy. This was,
but
you know what I mean?
You do understand why some people, I don't agree with it, but you understand why some people are like that? Because so many so-and-sos that have made it have given people their behind a kiss. So now it's embedded in their brain. Whenever they see somebody else, it's automatically, oh, he's gonna give me his behind. So look at it. So you think we don't know how to come back to where we come from to uplift, bro.
But playing devil's advocate, sometimes it's hard to come back.
No, man. Listen, the worst
you
thing.
Put people in a bad position. You talk so bad about people, and then say, "Well, he ain't come back and help me." You were out here talking so bad about this person.
That's not to me.
Never
To me, this is the reason, right?
Go ahead, bro.
This is the problem with black people in America, bro. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just being honest. Everybody thinks their story is so unique.
True.
That when they finally made it, they feel like I'm a chosen one.
got a
God chose
story to
me.
tell.
They almost feel like they Jesus Christ, right? But not knowing everybody's story is the same, bro. In every hood,
From one way,
I don't care if you're in New York, you in Baltimore, you in Miami, wherever you at, it's the same.
We all trying to make it
thing, bro.
Yeah.
But so many of us, we get so caught up into this, the ego, right?
Yeah.
That we don't even want to look backwards to pull nobody with us.
Yeah.
We like, man, I'm investing my money with these white folks over there. The first thing, what happened when a black man gets money, whether it's sports or whatever, they put a handler right next to him. They put a white person right next to him to tell him,
time.
oh, he's helping me manage my money. So here we go. So if you're business savvy, you say, well, I want to invest into these black businesses, blah, blah, blah. They're going to pull out the numbers. Well, this is not going to work because technically this percentage of black businesses fail. But if you take your money and you give it to this white guy over there, you're going to get...
Yeah, the control.
And then what happens? Like a dummy, just go along with it. And next thing you know, as the years pass, you get more and more out of touch with your community, with your people.
Correct.
You don't even know how to relate to them anymore, bro. Because now you think, well, this is the guys I'm rolling with.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a catch-22, and it's really hard
not a
because
catch-22.
we hold ourselves back. It is. It's been black-owned businesses that I try to support. And when I say we're our own worst enemy, you got to give customer service. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I want to support our people, but you giving me bad customer service. I don't get that over there. You know what I'm saying? Or you feel like because you got to make it because we're trying to make it from where we are, you going to overcharge me. You know what I'm saying? The level of loyalty or it's hard for me to give that to you.
What's the definition of overcharge? Because I know a few brands that overcharge.
It's a lot of brands that overcharge. I don't even think it's a few. I think it's a lot.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking of in terms of like, if I'm trying to support and I want to support you, but I know that you're overcharging for this product. This product is $30. Really, it should only be $15.
Right.
Okay.
You understand?
So,
I know you're massively overcharging.
So let me ask you a question. When Gucci says this belt I'm gonna charge you $500 for this belt, it should be $15.
Yeah.
There's no lip back.
So I agree with that. So my issue comes in place, right? You want us to support. We're trying to support. Just don't overdo it.
Yeah.
When I know a price is out there as one thing, like I said, I always say, it's easy for me to get Hispanics to clean my house or do work around my house. And it's not because, that's what they're supposed to do. No, it's because if I need something fixed, they're going to give me an honest price.
Right.
They're going to tell me, hey, Victoria, it costs you $150 to fix this. I will do this for $175. They're very honest. You get a black person that comes in and they want to overcharge.
But
now you're charging me $500 for the same thing. And I know it don't cost that much.
That is wrong. But also, too, the problem with a lot of black people when they're dealing with black businesses, they go in there trying to bargain.
Yeah, trying to bargain. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You go in there trying to bargain. And you might say, well, Joe Blow got it over there for $15. Remember, Joe Blow probably getting a different price from the consumer.
From the wholesaler, right.
Versus, you know what I'm saying,
With
from the wholesaler, versus where this black guy right here might be getting it for
a price.
So, if in all honesty and being very realistic, let's just be real. Who you think I'm going to buy it from? I understand that you don't have the same connection or the same hookup. But so that means because you're black, I'm supposed to pay an upcharge of almost $200 because you're black? No, that don't work like that. That don't work like that. If he told me that it's $150 and you charging me $300, I'm sorry, I can't go with you.
I'm not disagreeing with that at all.
But I feel like I noticed that a lot in our community.
Right.
It's nothing for me. I know I have people that have their own clothing brands. I don't mind supporting. I'm a support. But you again, same thing. You selling a shirt that's for $50, and I know that shirt only worth about $15. But I'm still gonna support you. I'm gonna buy one. But don't overdo it thinking I'm going to keep buying. Why are you charging so much for that shirt that is only $15? And I know I can go down the street. So the fact that I'm supporting you should be more than enough because you already well overcharging. And we don't have to do that.
So we know. So we already know.
I feel like we shouldn't do
that. We already know the problem. The problem is just a disconnect. You know what I'm saying? What solutions y'all got? What ideas you guys got as far as solutions?
We got to come together.
That's everybody says that, but I'm saying, how do we come together? What's the first?
For one, the biggest thing is to not be putting each other down. We spend too much time on the negative. I feel like our community spends a lot of time on we feed and thrive off of drama and chaos and just hoping that somebody didn't make it. Oh, you heard about something? It's always a gossip. It's always, and I feel like the other races don't necessarily, they do it. Right. Best believe they do it. To think that they don't is false. But they don't do it as much. They support. They're not bringing, they're reposting somebody, their best friend's brand.
You know the difference between, sorry, give me a second. Yeah.
Okay.
You know the difference between them gossiping and us gossiping? Their gossiping is not harmful. They're just talking.
Right.
Whereas a black person will take action to try to purposely
hurt you.
Sabotage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, don't buy nothing from her because, girl, it was like, and it's like, why do you do
See
that?
what I'm saying? So my thing is, how do we change that? How do we make it?
We have to change our mindset.
Right.
You got to change your mindset.
You know another thing, bro. Back in the days, right? Remember how black folks used to come together? They'll come together. They'll meet up in a church. They'll meet up somewhere. They would trade.
Yep.
They would talk.
Bargain.
I believe that's what we got to get back to.
The trading.
Like we just got to come back together. Like have
as one.
But I'm saying though. But I'm saying
as a group.
But how do you make that happen?
Bro, you can do it, man. Like for example, you have social media. You have the radio. For example, you can have an event like a monthly town hall meeting with black folks coming together on a month-to-month basis. We're discussing economics on how we can help each other. Like if you have a product, I have a product, how we can trade and you know what I'm saying, and bargain and come together and make money.
To me, the only way we're going to be able to change this narrative and stop being our own enemies is if, as we individually, as households, do better when it comes to raising our kids and forming community within our own little families. You know what I mean? Because it may be a big ask to say, hey, all y'all, let's come together and go to this economics event, right? But it's not a big ask for the family that's sitting around at the dinner table all together on a Sunday to just be positive. Let's have a positive night. No negative talk. You know what I mean? Like baby steps. Because for our community, for the black community, you know, it takes a lot more for us to really
for
pull
example,
it together.
You see the Cubans, right? Whenever the Cubans want to come up with when they come up with a brilliant idea and they want to push it forward, you know where they meet up at? Versailles, that cafe. That's where they meet up at. They meet up there, they break bread, they discuss what they're gonna do, boom, and they push it forward.
Yeah.
Why we can't do that?
We ain't gonna do that.
I think before anything can take place, I think we need to start being honest with each other.
Think about it.
Yes.
I think black people don't hold other black people accountable.
Nope.
We don't.
I think we pacify each other.
Yep.
I think you might have homeboys hanging out with homeboys,
and
you see your partner's out of pocket, and whatever you're saying to that lady, to that girl, to that woman, you just stand there laughing like it's funny. You see your partner about to make a move that can cost him years of his life or just his life, and you don't say nothing to him. I think the first step is just being holding each other accountable, being honest with each other, bro. And just because a man got money, he got more money than you. I mean, you got to be walking around kissing his butt, man. Because
don't mean he's better than you.
Man, just because a dude got more money than you doesn't mean he's smarter than you.
No.
Doesn't mean that he can see further than you. It just that's the position he's in right now.
He got put in that position.
So don't be around these people and just letting them go spiraling out of control just because you want to be a yes man, just to be in the mix. Be truthful, bro. Black people, we don't know how to be honest with each other, bro. The minute you're honest with a black person, you automatically become his enemy.
They don't, because they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it.
Correct.
The minute, bro.
You have to just agree. And the reality is everybody doesn't agree with it.
And for the life of me, bro, the thing that I don't understand is if as a person, as a human being, bro, if something is bothering you, if a man did something to you, a woman did something to you, why not just go and talk to that person?
Why can't I tell you?
Why let it linger? It's not even there because a lot of times people won't tell you. You see what I'm saying? They'll just let things linger on.
And then now we not
and
cool.
then now you become enemies over something that
you
is
might
so
hear from someone. You may hear from
bro,
someone else.
that's what I'm saying.
And
like
you hear it the wrong way. Now it creates
we
a whole
need
problem.
to start being honest with each other and hold each other accountable. It's so easy to do, bro. That's the first form of communication, bro. That before you can start you're not gonna build no businesses. You ain't gonna meet at no town hall. You ain't gonna do none of that until you respect the other black man's perspective. Until you respect him checking you when you wrong, when you're out of pocket, bro.
I think that takes a certain level of maturity to get to that place, to be to the place where you could be honest with somebody, right? Because sometimes you feel like you can't
build nothing,
right? So I also feel like it could be a learned behavior, meaning, like I say, starting with our kids, starting with your inner house. Because I feel like as kids, think about it, when we was coming up, right? Kids supposed to stay in kids' place. Child supposed to stay in the child place. So a lot of times, some things that probably should have been said or could have been said, or you got to stay in the child's place. So you can't open your mouth. So back then, I know for me growing up, I felt like I didn't have a voice.
Right.
So you grow up in adulthood, and that's kind of becomes a thing. So you pick and choose when you use your voice. But if we raise our children to be, hey, you could be honest. You don't got to be disrespectful. You could be honest. I feel like that nurtures them into growing into that adult that, hey, I'm going to tell you honestly how I feel. I know you may feel a type of way. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Because we didn't grow up like that.
If you got a homeboy, okay, me and you, we hanging out. We out in the bar, we hanging out, whatever. I'm married.
Yeah.
You're not.
Right.
You see me veering off and doing something I shouldn't be doing, or you see me, talking to this woman, whatever. Conversation, and I come up to you, boy, I'm about to go ahead on.
You're not gonna say nothing.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna say something.
But as a homeboy, as a partner, whatever, you supposed to be like, yo, you tripping, bro.
Yeah, you got too much to lose.
Nah, come on, dog. Let's go home, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In order for things to change, bro, we have to be open to let other people check us when we're in the wrong, bro.
Yep, it's that fear of being checked.
You can't have your feelings involved in everything, because sometimes, bro, when you put your feelings involved in things, bro, you're going to make the wrong decisions because you're not even thinking with a clear mind, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, feelings is the only...
Don't lead with your feelings.
It's the only thing that can mess up everything, bro.
Don't lead with
when
the
you're thinking with feelings and not your mind, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because feelings going to tell you, oh,
trying to play with me.
He trying me. Oh, this and that. That's your feelings, bro.
Yeah.
You got to remove that and use your clear mind.
And if your mind ain't clear, let somebody around you with a clear mind let you know, hey, you tripping.
You tripping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You tripping. So in order for us to change and become something better than what we were trained to be, because this is what we were trained to be.
Yeah.
And I don't care how much money or how many black people have money, you're trained to be a certain way, bro. From slavery. You're trained to not trust each other.
Yeah.
You're trained to
Which
think,
puts us in a bad
I'm a
position.
threat to you because you have and I don't have.
Yeah.
So let me go be with these people over there. And the ones that don't have that are like that, they're trained to be like that.
Yeah.
You're trained to say, go get it from him.
Yeah.
He's a sucker. He don't deserve the guy have it. I'm supposed to have it. He's soft.
And now we going against each
It's
other.
trained behavior
Yeah.
until we can be honest with each other and say, you know what, man, we got to start this all over again. We need a do-over.
Yeah.
But I feel like the only way we're going to get to that point, we have to start with baby steps. And baby steps starts
Honesty.
with us.
The baby step is
It starts with
honesty.
us. It starts with our families. It starts
Honesty.
with that close knit, your kids. Because I feel like if I'm raising the future, my kids are the future. I can only raise you in hopes of creating an environment where you can be honest with people and not feel like you got to lie, because that'll help that environment. You know what I mean? And maybe that'll help somebody else be able to do the same thing.
Right.
Now we creating more communities that's doing the same thing, being honest and being open.
Doing that with the kids is a great idea, but we need to start doing it as adults.
Yeah.
For adults.
We need to start
Right.
doing it as
The
adults.
adults is hard.
No, it's
man.
not. It's not.
Ooh, it's
Yeah.
hard.
It's not.
Because it's not
checking
hard.
your ego and pride.
Yes.
not.
Yes. It's like so many people got so much pride and ego,
ego.
you know?
Yeah, man.
And I always wondered why people can accept certain things from certain people. I've always been that person where people can accept me saying whatever. You know, they'll be like, oh man, that's Vic. Vic gonna say, oh, she said, what do you, man? Don't take it personal, because that's just Vic. But that's how it's always been for me. And I've been around people who don't have that luxury, where they have to be silent, because if they say something, it's gonna come across. For me, it's always been like, I'm gonna say what the hell I gotta say.
Man, listen,
and I don't even mean to hurt your feelings, baby.
I'm a firm believer. I'm a very firm believer. You can say anything you want to say.
Don't be disrespectful.
As long as you're respectful.
Yep.
My daughter, from when my daughter was 3-4 years old,
Yep.
that's what I always tell my daughter.
Yeah.
I tell my daughter, you are allowed to say anything you want to say in our house.
Yeah.
You're allowed to express yourself in any way you choose
Remain
to do that.
respectful.
But just be respectful.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Don't cuss. Don't be rude. But express yourself.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you have to express yourself.
But you see how our community is so messed up. When I had my daughter, being that I was young, that's how I raised my daughter. And being that I was young, I had so many elders, people questioning me like, why are you raising her like that? And it's like, well, what's wrong with what she's saying? Like, she's not being disrespectful. She's speaking her mind. What's the problem? But it's elders that's shutting it down. No, that's not acceptable. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to build that in our community, because a lot of people are reluctant to accepting that change.
They don't got to accept it. Change is not something that's supposed to be accepted. Change is hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Change
But in
is
order for
very
us to
hard.
stop being our own enemies, we're gonna have to accept a lot of change.
Well, that's what it is. Like we just got, you just
gotta
got to
accept
do
a
it.
lot of change.
Order to grow.
Feelings have
Yeah.
nothing to do with this. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Take your feelings out of
This
it.
is what's better for us as a community as a whole.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Because we the tell, man.
Yeah.
But the Bible says
we
we're
got
gonna
so
remain the
many-
We're gonna
tell.
remain
That's
the
the
tell.
bad part about it. Is like the more you read the Bible, the more you see our plight. The more you say, man, like God has a great sense of humor, and I say that all the time
Yeah.
because I'm reading, and I'm watching
Everything
my people
unfolds.
doing the very same thing the
Right.
Bible
Yeah.
said they were gonna do.
Correct.
And they still doing it.
Yeah.
And the worst part about it, they're ignorant about it.
Yep.
But they'll talk to you about God.
Yep.
But you don't know what the Bible said.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You don't know what the Bible said, but you want to talk about God. That's to me is crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
But
People
man,
want
we got to cut it up, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to go ahead on going about our business. This
Live.
Wednesday though, man. We're gonna be
Wednesday.
live this Wednesday.
Live
What
in
what
effect.
time? What time, Vic?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. We gonna
Eastern
be,
Standard
Eastern-
Time.
Right.
Yes,
Live
we're
in
gonna be
effect.
live in effect. And what we gonna be on? What?
Instagram
Facebook?
Live.
Mhm.
We're going to be on Instagram Live. After that live, we will post the video. So in case you missed the live, you can still add your little 2 cents in the comments. But we would like you to catch the live on Wednesday at 8 p.m.
So come
Eastern
interact. Come
Standard Time.
interact with us, man. And once again, this
We
is
love
just
y'all.
purely about love. It's not to attack anybody. You know what I'm
No.
saying?
Right.
But in order to change things, we got to do it without apologizing. For it.
Yeah.
I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying? We got to just
Yeah.
change. Has got to happen, man.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, please make sure you guys like, subscribe.
Comment.
And hit the like button.
My boy love the like button. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so y'all do that for us, man, because we love y'all, man. We appreciate y'all, and we really, truly hope we can change together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. I'm with you, bro.
So with that being said,
Team effort.
peace.
Peace.
You cannot take my mind. You cannot take my heart. You cannot take my soul. You cannot take my goals. You cannot stop my time. You cannot stop my grind. What's mine will always be mine. I was born to be a fighter, left alone in the fire. Had no one to come and save me. Had to learn I have to save me. Mama always told